Hello everyone, welcome everyone back to our Saturday session. Today is Saturday 18th of June 2022. We have come to the 25th episode of the online meditation and wisdom talk. This is the Maryland Meditation Center. At the moment we are an online based communities, the mindful communities for everyone who love to practice meditation and maybe looking for some friends to meditate with, to learn something from each other. We have been providing this community since the 1st of January in case you are new to this channel, and we are looking at for at least 1 year commitment to provide this space and time for everyone to come back and meditate together on your pace. So every Saturday like this, 7 to 8:15 Eastern Standard Time, we'll have the 30 minutes, about 25 minutes for the wisdom talk, share with you guys about how to improve your meditation and how to live a better life. And then another 30 minutes, which is the second half of the session, will be dedicated for us to sit and meditate together. And for Sunday tomorrow, it's a special session for those who are looking for a longer meditation session. We will have about 10-minute talk and then 50 minutes of sitting together in silence, and that's for Sunday. So if you are new, feel free to join us either on Saturday or Sunday or both sessions. We will be here to provide this activity, provide this program for everyone, at least until the rest of the year, for 1 full year. Meditation is important for our life. If we want to be at peace and happy, I believe everyone should find time to practice meditation, because happiness, sadness, whatever it is come from the condition of human mind. If your mind is always in good condition, you most likely can be happy in most situations in your life. At least you will be able to handle the situation, whatever happen, good or bad, in a wholesome way, because your mind will be immunized, will be immune with all the mindfulness that we have been practiced throughout the year through this meditation session. So mindfulness practice, meditation practice, it helps to increase and improve the quality of our mind. It's not just for relaxation. Relaxation is the byproduct when you practice meditation correctly. It goes beyond that. It actually helps to improve the actual quality of our mind, bit by bit, day by day. So every time you come back to the seat, practice meditation, you always improve the quality of your mind to a better way. Welcome everyone again to our session. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. We have Emilia today, Ellen, Peter and Messi from Singapore. Hello Peter and Messi. We have Ouyang from New York. Elspeth, Julie, James, Lisa, Troy, Irina, Terry. I may not see everyone on my screen. Anyway, welcome everyone to our session. Whether you are new or you are a regular participant, this is a space for you to stop by, sit back, relax, do nothing, just sit and meditate together. And at the end of the session, if you have some question or experience that you want to share, feel free to type in the chat box, and Teddy will help to send that question to me, and hopefully I can answer some of the questions that you may have. Anything at all about obstacle that you have in meditation, your challenges, or something that you feel that you need some clarification or doubt in your meditation practice. You may be wondering what kind of meditation that we teach here and how can I meditate? If you are new, don't worry about it, or even you have been meditating for quite some time. You can actually sit whatever technique that you already know and feel comfortable. This is the space for you. You don't have to change anything at all. If you're looking for a friend to meditate with, or if you're looking for the structure that can help you to be more disciplined in your meditation practice, again, this is the space for you. What we are teaching here is we keep everything simple, because the Buddha himself, he did not just give one technique for everyone to practice. If we study the actual teaching of the Buddha, we maybe notice that the Buddha teach more than 40 techniques 2,500 years ago. Why didn't he just give one technique so everyone can practice, right? simply because as a human being we don't like the same thing, we don't like the same food, we don't like the same music, we don't like the same clothes. Same thing in meditation technique. When it comes to the mind is a refined object. We cannot force the mind to stop thinking, we cannot force the mind to stop wandering. So we need to understand the nature of the mind, then we can somehow find a way to deal with the mind, find a way to bring the mind back to the body, and find a way to still the mind inside the body as long as possible when we meditate. And that is why there were so many meditation technique given by the Buddha himself 2500 years ago. So whatever technique you feel good, feel free to use it. But if you are new, you know nothing about meditation at all, again, don't worry about it. As we sit, I will give you a guided meditation of how to actually sit and calm your mind down. Okay? So today, allow me to share with you some wisdom that may help you to improve your meditation practice. Okay, hope everyone get the screen. So it's unbelievably fast, very fast. Now we have come to the episode 25 already. That means we almost 50% through this year. Next month we are going to hit the July. This is the 7th month of this 2022. But we will keep on going, okay, as we promised, at least for one full year for this meditation journey. Again, feel free to come back every Saturday and Sunday, same time, 7 to 8:15 Eastern Standard Time. Today, let's get to know something about the 3 wrong misconduct and how can this thing affect our meditation practice. As you move on into your meditation journey from day 1 until this moment, you may be notice that your meditation may be up and down. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's not always in the same quality. Okay, your meditation experience is up and down for some reason. Some day you feel like, oh, after 5 minutes, my mind come back and stay still for the rest of the session. And sometimes you try your best, you sit for 15 minutes, the mind still cannot come back and stay still. It still stay outside of the body all the time. And for some session, within that 30 minutes, the mind cannot come back at all. It stay outside, for the rest of the session. So there must be a reason. Everything happened for a reason. There is no such thing called accident. Why today like this and yesterday like this? I like to say you must cultivate the keen sense of observation. You must observe the nature of your own mind. And one thing I always recommend is everyone should have the meditation journal to record, okay, your experience. Just one time before you go to bed, you can note something about your experience today. You can reflect on it. What technique you use, what was the result, and how do you feel in general today? You feel good or you feel uncomfortable here and there. Once you write it down, you force your mind to think and to reflect on what actually happening in today's experience. And as you continue writing and keep that journal for quite some time, when you look back of last month experience or the last few weeks, last few months, you start noticing the pattern of your mind. What worked for you in the early morning, what worked in the late morning, what worked for you in the afternoon, and what worked for you in the evening or the late night session. And you just repeat. Once you notice the pattern of your own self, you just follow the same pattern, the same technique that you use. You don't have to change it. And now you find your own way to bring the mind back and to deal with your mind in each time of the day. So each session is a new session. The moment we wake up, then nothing much go to the mind. So the mind may not need anything you may not need any meditation object. You can just close your eye and let the mind to stay still. But in the evening session like this, let's say in the US, 7 p.m., you have gone through work, meet with a lot of friends, make a lot of decisions, and then all of a sudden you come back to the cushion and hope the mind to come back and stay still right away. In most cases, it doesn't work that way. So you need to find a way to understand your mind and find a technique that helps to nurture your mind during the day. And when you come back to the cushion in the evening, your mind can come back and stay still much faster, and it can stay much longer. Okay, so pay attention. And everything comes for the reason. When it's time for meditation, every meditator must understand these 5 things. It's called 5 hindrances, which we already talked about it today. Just recap quickly. 5 hindrances are something that hinder the mind from going deeper into the meditation practice. It's preventing the mind to go into the deeper state of concentration. Just like we're going to the war. When we go to the war, we expect to see some enemy, right? Enemy with the gun, enemy with the knife, enemy with all kind of weapon that waiting for us, try to harm us, try to hurt us along the way. So in meditation world, these 5 things always there. When you close your eyes, either one of these will show up in your mind, or maybe some of them, or maybe all of them. So you need to know what may be happening when you meditate. And the meditation teacher have to give this information to all the students. Number 1 is sense desire. Okay, when we close our eye, the mind go after sense desire. Sense desire is something that the mind like, basically. Whatever it like, it go after. Human, animal, object, money, vacation, entertainment, whatever it is. Second thing is called ill will. Ill will is, you can think of ill will, something that the mind doesn't like, agitated mind. The first one is something that the mind like. That's why the mind go after. Second thing is the mind doesn't like, is called ill will, or is come from anger, come from hatred. The mind agitated. When the mind is agitated, again the mind cannot stay still. Let's say you meditate, you start to having a peace of mind, and all of a sudden the mind think of yesterday there was a guy who said something bad to you. You already forgot him, but all of a sudden that situation show up in your meditation, and you recall that, oh, the guy said something bad to me, I don't like it. And with that feeling of I don't like it, the mind get agitated. During your meditation, you go after him already mentally. And that's if that happens, then the mind cannot stay still for the rest of the session. It's called ill will. It's come from anger, even though it happened in the past. But that feeling, negative feeling, can come back in our meditation from time to time. And the third one is about sloth and torpor, which means sleepiness, less energy, less energetic. You may not have enough rest, you may eat too much dinner, and then all of a sudden you want to meditate after having a heavy dinner, and you may run into the sleepiness if that happens. And number 4 is about restlessness and worry. The mind have too much worry. When the mind have too much worry, the mind cannot stay still. You may be worried about the COVID-19, worry about the tomorrow, what's going to happen, worry about the past, something that you did wrongly. So these things cause the mind to continue thinking, and when the mind continue thinking, it cannot stay still when we meditate. And the last one is about doubt. Doubt is something that you have question. You're not sure what exactly that happening in your mind. You're not sure is this thing that happening is real, or it's just my imagination. Sometimes you see the brightness in the meditation, sometimes you see the darkness, sometimes you experience something that you never experienced before, and then you have doubt. And when you have doubt, it drag you off that experience, drag you off the concentration that you're about to have. And these are the 5 things that call 5 hindrances that everyone should be aware of. Okay, it weakens our wisdom, and it gives rise to ignorance in our mind. The question is, this is important question. Okay, now we know 5 hindrances. The question is, what gives rise to these 5 hindrances? What caused this thing to be happening in our meditation? And that's the beauty of study the teaching of the Buddha. That everything comes with the reason. What gives rise to ignorance? What gives rise to 5 hindrances? Today, let's get to know the reason why 5 hindrances happening in our life when we meditate, especially when we meditate. And the reason, because something called the 3 wrong misconduct. So think deeper. If someone commit the 3 wrong misconduct, the mind will have worry and anxiety all the time, and that gives rise to the 5 hindrances when it's time for us to come back, meditate, and try to still our mind. Human being, we can commit karma in through 3 ways: through body, through speech, and through the mind. The way we do things, the way we say things, and the way we thinking. These are the 3 ways that we can commit the karma. When we talk about karma, karma is the action, can be good and bad action. In this case, we're talking about an unwholesome action, because when we commit this unwholesome action, from that moment onward, the mind will keep that information, and every time the mind recall that information, recall that experience, it give worry to the mind, and then the mind will not be able to stay at peace, because it get worried. Why we worry? Because it has guilt of the wrongdoing. First, The bodily action we call unwholesome bodily action. Killing may be too extreme. We can use the word harming. Just harming oneself and harming others, it creates worry to the mind. Always. If you look back of your own action, okay, when you harm someone, how can your mind be at peace, right? Stealing, that's for sure. You're taking someone that not belong to you. Sexual misconduct, adultery, or having an affair outside of your relationship. This thing is considered an unwholesome bodily action, and it gives rise to the 5 hindrances when you meditate, because you feel guilty, you feel shame of the wrongdoing that you commit. That is why it's come back and hunt you when you meditate. And the second one is called unwholesome verbally action. There are 4 things. The first one is called false speech or telling a lie. Second thing is called divisive speech, speech that break people up into 2 groups, break people apart. And harsh speech, say the bad word, say the rude word, impolite word. And the last one is called idle chatter or vain speech or something that unbeneficial. So this thing is for all of us. It's easily to make a mistake verbally action because we're not mindful enough. We say things right away. When someone says something bad to us, right away, automatically, as a human instinct, we usually return the bad word to them. Someone do something bad to us, automatically we want to do something bad to them if we can, right away. That's the nature, that's a human instinct to protect oneself, something that we don't like, right? But if we're not mindful enough, we would say something bad to them, we would do something bad, return to them. And at the end of the day, no one's happy. They suffer, we suffer. As a meditation student, as a meditator, you should be doing something like this. You should be more mindful. You should be able to remain calm, at least remain calm. And if you don't know what to do, then you don't have to do anything. Just remain calm and give yourself a moment to reflect on what actually happening. If you can be mindful, you give yourself some space to reflect on what's happening, and most likely you will take a better decision. You will do something wholesome instead of doing something bad to them. Okay? The more you talk, the more the mind stay outside. If you talk a lot before the session, usually that session is not going to be good, because the mind still worry or thinking about the thing that you just talked to your friend or people or the meeting or whatever it is. So the longer the mind stay outside doing the talking, you use your brain to think a lot when you talk, right? That affect the mind when you want the mind to stay still, especially right before the meditation session. So it's better to give yourself time and space, okay, to relax, take a walk, have a cup of hot tea, listen to the light music first before you actually sit, for 30 minutes or 45 minutes. It's prepare yourself for that session. It's helpful, instead of just sitting there watching a movie or talking to your friend and then rush yourself to go back and meditate. Usually it's going to be difficult for the mind to stay still. And the last part, okay, it's called the unwholesome thinking. This unwholesome thinking, it causes the mind to be worried. First is covetousness or greed, okay, thinking of having something, getting something, buying something. And then the second one is ill will, the hatred, resentment, thinking of hurting someone, harming someone, doing something bad to someone. And the last one in this category is called wrong view. Basically, wrong view is the wrong understanding of the nature of life, the wrong understanding of the situation that we are facing. We can call it unwholesome understanding and unwholesome thinking. For example, like finding fault in someone, or being selfish, stinginess, don't see the good thing in others. So this kind of understanding and thinking is called unwholesome thinking. All of this together is considered the 3 wrong misconduct. It's the 3 wrong conduct. 3 misconduct, okay? 3 wrong misconduct. Start from bodily action, verbally action, and the thinking part. So I like to encourage everyone to step back and reflect on yourself, because you join this session, you want to improve your meditation. You only meet Luang Pi or the monk or the teaching monk twice a week on Saturday and Sunday. But during the weekday, from Monday to Friday, you on your own, you practice on yourself. Maybe no one around you can give you an advice or can remind you, hey, don't do this and don't do that. Hey, come back and meditation. And this thing happen. Okay, people commit the wrong conduct, harming other, stealing, sexual misconduct. This happened in the past in the Buddha time as well, and people seek advice from the Buddha. Here in our case, I think human being in the past, human being now, and human being in the future, we are, as a human being, we have the same defilement. We have greed, we have lust, we have hatred, and we have a delusion, and that is why we commit the same wrong behavior. Doesn't matter when, the past, now, and the human being in the future, they commit the similar wrong conducts just like this. Bodily action, okay, harm oneself, harm other, stealing, sexual misconduct, adultery, okay, say something bad to people, say something that hurts someone's feeling, and thinking, have an unwholesome thinking toward someone, something, some situation. All of this, at the end of the day, it hurt yourself, it hurt your mind, it decrease the quality of your mind, and it affect the way you meditate. And that is why it's preventing us making progress in meditation, because all of this give rise to the 5 hindrances, right? This one, it gives rise to sense desire, it gives rise to ill will, give rise to sleepiness, give rise to worriness, because a lot of things that we did, when we reflect, we feel guilty, and it gives rise to doubt. The mind is agitated, the mind is wandering all the time, and then the mind cannot stay still. So I think this thing is very important as a meditator to know this information. First, know your enemy, these 5 things, and now you know what gives rise to these 5 things. It's about these 3 wrong conduct, something that we do, the behavior that we do through the bodily action, verbally action, and the way we think. Okay, so reflect on this and hope you can verify this teaching by yourself. Okay, this is the beauty of the teaching of the Buddha. Don't just believe, but put into practice and have the direct experience of something that you learn. What happens if you break precept? Can you meditate well, or you cannot meditate well? What happens if you say something bad to someone? Does it affect your mind, and how it affects your mind? What happens if you say something good? What happens if you let go? What happens if you develop loving kindness toward people, not just people you love, people you care, but to someone that you have a problem with, to someone that you don't know them? You can still be able to share that loving kindness. All of this together, you are the one who can benefit when the time for you to come back and meditate, because it gives rise to the comfortness. It makes your meditation much easier if you put in everything that you learn into practice. Okay, so before we meditate, again, reflect on this formula. Okay, make sure that you sit comfortably. The seat that you're about to sit, whether you plan to sit on the chair or you plan to sit on the floor, the body have to be fully relaxed. And with that relaxation, we can pay attention to the consciousness. Make sure you stay awake, you stay alert, you stay refreshed all the time, the rest of the session. So if you can balance between relaxation and consciousness, then your meditation, whatever technique you use, will be easier from now on. Make sure you don't fall asleep. And there will be technique that help us to stay awake, not falling asleep, such as we can use the mantra, can be any word, can be any phrase to keep you awake, can be meditation object. Think of something bright like the moon, the shiny star, or the flower of your choice, something that easily to think of without making an effort. Easily, when you think of something, just like you think of your favorite shirt or favorite flower, thinking of the face of your mom and dad, all of a sudden that picture show up in your mind, right? And this kind of object or the mantra that help to keep the mind still and not falling asleep. And with 2 of these in place, the mind in balance between relaxation and consciousness, and then the mind can come back to the body and stay still. That's all you have to do. Very simple. Okay, so I think everyone's learned something today, and everyone should be ready for the meditation session. So for the next 30 minutes is for you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the inner peace within yourself. So let's take a few good deep breaths, do a little exercise before we actually meditate. Wherever you are at the moment, and however you sit at the moment, let go everything and bring your attention back to your breath. We are going to take 3 or 5 good deep breaths together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, do nothing but breathing. Breathe in as deep as you can and observe how the body breathes. Observe how you feel as a whole. And breathe out slowly. You can breathe out through your mouth or breathe out through your nose as you feel comfortable. releasing out fully of your heat, discomfort, feeling or negativity in your mind as you breathe out. One more time. Breathe in deeply. Feel the center of your body. Feel the energy that's coming through your body as you breathe in. And now breathe out fully. One more time. Breathe in deeply. And breathe out slowly. Welcome everyone back to the session. That was about 30 minutes of meditating together in silence. Hope everyone finds some inner peace inside your mind. Bring back your energy, bring back the clarity of your mind. This is very important. At the end of the day like this, wherever you are, if you're about to go to bed, it's important to cleanse your mind from all impurity or negativity that happened during the day. And then you can have a nice sleep, a quality sleep, and get ready to move on with your days next day morning. But if you just wake up, it's a good chance for you to bring the mind back and stay still and sit back in silence like this 15-30 minutes. It helps to recharge and rejuvenate your life, and your mind now is ready for any task at hand, for something that you need to be doing today. Now you're ready to go back to work. So meditation always gives us benefit. It doesn't matter when we meditate. It always helps us to remain calm, help us to bring back the clarity of the mind, and it helps us to be happy. So if you want to be happy again, happiness can come from material world, no question about that. Come from what we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we taste. When we eat good food, tasty food, we are happy. When we're wearing wonderful, beautiful clothes, quality clothes, again, we feel happy. And that's okay. But that's only happiness come from material thing. There is something called a refined form of happiness. Happiness comes from peace of mind. Happiness comes from the state of mind that it doesn't want anything. It doesn't need anything. The mind let go of everything. Then the mind come back, stay still in the body, and the mind is at peace. And this is called a refined form of happiness, that not many people are aware of that, and they don't know about it, and they don't know how to attain or to achieve it. Meditation is a tool that available long time ago, even before the time of the Buddha achieved enlightenment. People practice meditation. They may not call meditation, but they did something about the mind. They developed the quality of the mind, all kind of technique. At the end of the day, it gives them peace of mind, so they are happy. Same thing here, we can apply the same technique, okay? So whatever technique you like, whatever technique you feel comfortable, just continue to practice, have self-discipline, come back to the question more often, and you on your way to develop the quality of your mind, you on your way to get to know more about your own mind. And when you know more about your own mind, the nature of your own mind, then you be able to control your mind. You can direct your mind to think of good thing more than bad thing. You can direct your mind to forgive more than just holding the resentment into your mind. You can direct your mind to let go and to reach out to help more people. There are all kind of good things that can be happening if you know your mind and if you know how to control your mind. Okay? So feel free. If you have any question or you want to share your experience, feel free to type in the chat box, and maybe I can help answer some of the questions that you have. Okay. So from Terry, how does this form of meditation help someone in bipolar like myself? Okay. So we have to understand that physical illness has impact to the mind. We need to know what exactly that's happening. When it deals with the mind, we need to make sure that we are ready, because meditation, even though it's considered the exercising of the mind, but for some people, okay, so people who have bipolar or the mind is not ready to be trained, you need to be very careful and understand the technique that you're about to use, how to calm the mind, how to deal with thought, a lot of worry, because bipolar can there is a trigger, right, for the mind to get agitated, for the mind to be worried, for the mind to feeling sad, and when that happens, sometimes it's difficult to just right away come back to meditate. A friend of mine, my monk's brother, also have the same symptom, and he know himself when he got the stimuli that all of a sudden that stir up his mind, so he cannot rush himself to go meditate. That's sometimes it doesn't work. So usually what he normally do, he go fix himself a cup of tea, take his time, sometimes 15 minutes, sometimes 20 minutes, just fix 1 cup of hot tea just to keep the mind busy. Meditation don't have to be sitting and close your eyes. Meditation can be done in all forms to calm the mind down, to relax the mind, to keep the mind focused. So he fixed his tea and he invite his friend to sit around him, and he start serving tea to each friend and start talking to each friend. This help him to relax the mind, help him to forget what happening in his mind, what he was worrying about. So sometimes you need to understand the context of what happening in right then in that moment. So this again, bipolar can be complicated, so I don't know what level that you are at. But again, meditation is a tool that available, but you don't have to, you have to explore, okay, what technique that work for you. Like I just mentioned, don't need to be on the sitting position, and try your best to calm the mind down, to think of the meditation object. Sometimes it doesn't do any benefit if our mind is not ready to go in that direction. So we can do something else instead, okay? To do some extra activity, to take a walk, to take a deep breath, and like I said, just to hang out with friends and have a cup of tea and talking about something good, so talking about the Dhamma, talking about meditation. And this form also help to lessen that suffering from our mind, to let the mind forget the bipolar or the anxiety that the mind is having at the moment, okay? And for melanin, thank you, I appreciate it. I feel happy for the thought. The thoughts collapse. I will get veteran tea early morning. Good, Melanie. Whatever it is, okay, there is no fixed method or fixed approach for us to have the same level of peace and calm of the mind. Whatever works for you. I always have a water right next to me. Sometimes just hot water, sometimes hot tea to soothe my mind. Every time we smell something nice, something soft, something warm, it soothes the body and it soothes the mind, and it affects the mind for the rest of the session. But if you drink coffee and then you go meditate with that high level of caffeine in your blood, sometimes the body gets nervous, the heart rate, the blood pressure is not normal when we meditate. So your body is up and down, and your mind also will be up and down. It gets effect because body and mind, they are interrelated. Okay, happy for you if you find a technique that works for you. Okay, for Bindu, I have good experience that I did some exercise before meditation. Good, feel easy to sit down and feel easy to focus on the breath. Awesome, Bindu. If you love to meditate, you must love exercise. These things must go together hand in hand. Okay, anything, don't have to be something big. Can be just stretch up, move your body 5-10 minutes before you sit, or even taking a walk. Get the body moving, get the blood flowing, and then when you come back, you feel more relaxed. Easy to relax, easy to stay calm. Okay, and meditation help us to enjoy meditation in a long term. Because meditation is a marathon, it's a long journey, it's not just the sprint. You need to know the body well, observe your body well, what help you to relax the body, what help your body to sit longer. You understand that, you help that part. And when you come to the seat, when you have that position in place, you are ready to go deeper into your meditation practice without worry about this physical body. So meditation must go together with exercising. Okay, find whatever exercise you like, yoga 10 minutes, 5 minutes, take a walk, anything that works for your body, please do so, and it always help you to meditate better. Okay, all right, so thank you for the question. If anything that you don't get your answer fully, your question fully answered, again, feel free to next time ask me again. Okay, it's about time. I don't want to keep everyone here forever. We will see each other again tomorrow. Okay, so hope everyone have a good evening wherever you are. Stay safe and stay happy. See everyone again tomorrow.